Hey, everybody. Hey, I am Lolita E. Walker. Come on into the room for this 10 minutes of pure power. Guess what we are talking about today? Raising the bar. Yep, it is part two in this series, Raising the Bar. And we just got really into it yesterday. I got so many DMs about our topic yesterday. And I am hoping that today gives you a little bit of power, a little bit of passion, and a little bit of purpose as you walk into this day. Are you ready? Grab a friend and share it out. Let's go. It's a 10-minute power powwow hosted by Lolita E. Walker. Come on into the room and grab a little bit of coaching, cocktails, and conversations. Yes, coaching is where I leave you with a couple nuggets just to challenge your thinking. Cocktails is where I celebrate the greatness of who you are when you show up right here. And in conversations is what we are about to do for the next 10 minutes. Grab a friend, share it out because it's about to go down. Are you ready for a little bit of motivation? Are you ready to increase your clarity, increase your confidence, and then walk with a new type of commitment? You are in the right place. Come on in. This is Lolita E. Walker of LolitaWalker.com. Let's go. Yes, yes, yes. We are raising the bar. This is part two. For all of you all that I have not yet met, hey, you guys, I am Lolita E. Walker. I'm a certified life, leadership, and executive coach. I am a TEDx motivational and power speaker. I am a two-time author. What else am I? A podcaster. And I love to just come to you live a couple of days a week and gift you what I call a 10-minute power powwow. It is here to serve you in the most amazing of ways. Sometimes we just need somebody to pop on in and just remind us of our greatness. And that is what I am here to do today. I'm super pumped up because I am speaking today at Amazon and for an awesome conference. And I'm so excited about it. I'm going to be talking about how to raise the bar, quite frankly, on not only your management skill sets, but your leadership skill sets, how we walk, talk, and behave in that, how we show up in all of us while not putting somebody down at the same time, how we gift our increased confidence, our clarity, confidence, and commitment to what it is that we are doing. So folks are ready to follow and folks are ready to absolutely lead in the greatest pieces of them. So today we are hitting on part two. I was listening to part one yesterday, part one of this raising the bar yesterday, and I'm like, I want to do a continuation. And what did I really talk about? I talked about standing on the foundation of who you are. I talked about why it's important to raise the bar. I talked about, do you even know where the bar is that you've set? I talked about, what is your vision? Because as we raise this bar, it's to get somewhere. And oftentimes we navigate this thing called life through emotion. And emotion is great to be felt because it can power us to do things a little bit differently or to stay in where we are. We just get this feeling, this excitement sometimes. We also sometimes act in emotion versus in fact, particularly as leaders. And I wanted to challenge us today to raise that bar, right? To raise that bar on leaning in on facts, to raise that bar and knowing what is it that our vision is, so that when we keep that first and foremost, and we don't get swayed by distractions. And in these particular distractions, they can come in all types of ways. They can come in, right, limiting beliefs, things that's telling you that you're not on the right path, when you know, like, wait a minute, when I link that back in to where it is that I'm going, it actually is on the right path, right? Sometimes we get in our own way and we got to challenge that thing. And I love it because I challenge me too. I was on a call this morning and what was the question? I think the question was, you know, why do we know that it's time for us to move, but we choose not to move? And while I don't remember what I said verbatim, what my answer to that was for each of us to consider that there is fear. And I talked about me. So I want to share that with you all. We have 5 more minutes. If you're here, say hey. If you're watching the replay, say hey. I'd love to kind of hang out and get what your perspective is on this. So what I said is, I remember being in corporate for nearly 2 decades. And I remember when I left, I said those 3 words. If you watch my TEDx talk, I said, no, thank you. And it changed my life instantly. And I remember leaping into entrepreneurship. And I remember there were so many beliefs that came into my mind. There were these voices that said, who's going to who's going to see you as being this certified coach? Who's going to come to you? You've been doing it for free forever. Who's going to read your book that you've now put on the market? Who's going to say that you're now an expert in this field? And I remember all of these things just really piling on me. And then what I did, some of you all know, but I had to take a step back. And you have to remember that I'm standing right here. And what are the gifts that I bring to the table? And sometimes we can't power those things ourselves because our beliefs, they create these weeds, right? And then they become toxic. And then they grab these roots. They take hold inside of us and it just kind of takes over our bodies. So sometimes we have to ask folks. And what I did was I asked folks. I asked my employees, my previous employees, I asked peers, I asked friends, I asked people that I was leading in other organizations, like, hey, what are some of the strengths that I bring to the table? And hey, by the way, tell me how I showed up in that. I challenge you today to ask those questions because when we're talking about raising the bar, we're talking about raising it because you're standing on a foundation of your faith, your strengths, your power, your core beliefs. And sometimes we forget what those are because they get kind of muddied in the water. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Today, I want to power you to really raise the bar. And by first raising the bar, you've got to know what is the foundation that you stand upon, and you've got to know where is the vision to which you are going. We're raising this bar one step at a time, and we're challenging ourselves so that when we increase our clarity, we obviously increase our confidence. Therefore, we increase the commitment of how we walk, talk, and we behave. Mm. Sometimes I get so excited because when I leave these 10-minute power powwows, sometimes I have to go ahead and do my soul work. Where's my book I was writing in this morning? I want to show you guys. Oh. Yes, yes, yes. You all already know. Coaching, cocktails, and conversations. Okay. Yes, you can get yours, lolitawalker.com, but inside of it is nothing short of amazingness of what I'm writing every day in order to make sure that I'm powering my day and I am pushing myself forward. When I come here, whether it's in my group coaching program or whatever it is that we're doing, if I'm speaking, the work, the soul work that I give to you is the same soul work that I do too. I think that's so imperative to share with people because sometimes when we see folks that are experts inside of their space, we think that they don't do the work as well. Some of them don't do the work as well. But what I can say about me is I do the work as well because it's so important to also, particularly as a coach, is to also get coached yourself and to always challenge yourself to live differently. Today, we talked about raising the bar. I'm so excited. The question is, how are you raising your bar? Do you know the foundation that you stand upon? What would you say it is? What is the foundation that you stand upon? I'd love to hear it. Right? Do you know? Of course you know. What is how would you describe that? What is the foundation that you stand upon? And then what do you see as your vision? You can choose work, life, home. You can choose personal, professional. What is the vision to which you're going to have? And I love to set 12/31/22, right? So by December 31st of 2022, what vision do you have? Where will you be? What will you be doing? What will you be celebrating? My Women's Weekend Renewal Retreat is coming up September 15th through the 18th. And some of the work that we are going to do while we are in person is that I will be in person pushing you. And I'll be pushing you in order to answer some of the questions just as this. There is nothing short of accountability that happens right there in my intimate retreat. If you haven't heard about it, then make sure you go. To the website, lolitawalker.com/retreats, because I'd absolutely love to see each and every one of you all. I'm going to put it here, lolitawalker.com/retreats. So the question that I'm asking you is this: what's the foundation that you stand upon? Where's the vision of where you'll be by 12/31/22? Let me know. I can't wait to hear it because I want to help to be that accountability in order to get you to exactly where you want to be. I hope today has powered you with nothing short of greatness. I'm so excited to see you. And for everybody that will be in my session today, come on now. We're doing it. Come prepared. Come prepared because I am ready. Thanks for being here today. Make sure you share it out if there's somebody that absolutely needs to hear a word on raising the bar, what that looks like, what that feels like, how you can get started today. Yesterday, we did part 1. Today, we did part 2. Typically, I'm here on Thursdays at 7:30 a.m. I will not be because I will be traveling. However, I look forward to tapping into the Facebook community, of which I will see you guys in a couple of momentos. And that concludes our 10 minutes of pure power. Thank you so much for showing up today for your 10-minute power powwow. Now, whether you were live and added in, whether you were sitting on a corner and just doing a little bit of thinking, whether you are watching the replay, I want to say hello to you and invite you to come right on back. Did you miss it? Well, go ahead and shoot it out to a friend while both of you guys taking all of the action. So what is next? Head on over to lolitawalker.com/coaching cocktails conversations, because what's in it for you? Yes, it's a podcast. Yes, it's a group coaching program. Are you a part of it? Yes, it is a retreat. Are you already signed up to make sure you're pulling out that power? Yes, it's one-on-one coaching. Yes, it's a journal. Yes, coaching cocktails and conversations is a movement. So grab this 10 minutes and let's do something with it. I will see you later. But head on over, lolitawalker.com. This should not be the first time, but even if it is, make sure it's not the last. See you soon.